Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission:
to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations,
to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Well, I did a Star Wars parody, so it's only fitting that I do a Star Trek as well. Anyway, welcome to space,
everybody!
Well, it looks like we finally have an answer to so many questions that were raised all the way back in July. What happened to all the other domes that got sent up in space? Why did Maylard send them to space? What is their mission? As well as a few questions that were only just raised, like who are the new characters? I guess it's time to meet our 3 new kids on the block, who let's hope don't follow in the footsteps of Thomas, who gets introduced then quickly forgotten for 2 seasons. I've got Toothpick Sally, Recap Robot, and Chance Shershot, as well as Colonel Rouse. However, these guys take a back seat to the main character of the first character piece episode of the season, Benson. The plot begins after our employees watch a little video about their roles, and everyone is excited, except for Benson, who really wants to go home despite all of the complaints and bargaining that his friends have given him. However, it's Fies who steals the scene when they try to convince him to stay with his photo of Celia.
Ditto! I can't believe you people!
Ditto? Really? That's all he got? After this, the guys decide the only thing they can do is make him a little video to say how much he means to them. This is actually quite a heartfelt scene, as it really shows just how much the gumball machine has made an impact on all of our main characters, and it reinforces the general motif that Regular Show touches upon every now and then, which is that the park guys are all just one big family who all love and support each other. But as we all know, Benson can be incredibly stubborn and refuses to watch it before marching into an escape pod and jettisons back to Earth. We then get to see what life would be like for Benson on Earth without the park. His general quick-tempered nature and lack of any accommodation, seeing as not even 2 days later, they've already leased out his apartment to some college kids, which causes him to get rejected by every job, and so inevitably he becomes homeless. We get a little Regular Show montage of him growing old and alone. It is about the moment when the montage begins and we start to see him aging and beard growing that clues us in on the fact that, yeah, this isn't real, this didn't happen. Any keen viewer would then make the assumption that he accidentally walked into one of the simulation rooms, seeing as how they stopped and made mention of one in the big space tree earlier taking up some screen time. Clearly this will be important, my flashing sign goes. And the rest of the episode follows a predictable pattern. Is that a bad thing, however? Well, no, as they do it in a creative way, where the real reason Benson leaves the simulation is because he is killed off by aliens, assumingly. And the sweet video was a very nice touch, especially Rigby, who obviously broke the first camera they tried to record it with, naturally.
And I'd like a chance to get to know you better too. You do have the best chance of keeping Rigby from blowing something up.
It's true! I already broke the first camera we tried to record this with.
Eileen's comment about the utter stupidity about putting the simulation deck next to the space pod was an incredibly funny line, and just goes to reinforce why it was such a good idea to make Eileen a main character in the first place.
Seems like a huge design flaw to have those rooms next to each other.
Was this episode predictable? Yes. Were there high stakes? No. Was it a bad episode then? Not at all. Although definitely not as strong as the opening 2 episodes that were filled with intrigue and adrenaline, Regular Show has taken a bit of a pause to really let the characters breathe and interact with their new surroundings and see how they are all coping to this massive change, and as viewers, we take this episode to breathe with them. This was a nice little character piece that also established what appears to be the main setting for this season, the space tree. Does this mean that the house in the park will no longer be our starting places, but instead somewhere in the space tree? Only time will tell. Anyway, as always, let me know down below what you thought of today's episode of Regular Show. Whoa!